Hi everybody. I just want to come in here real quick. I'm on daughter duty right now. I'm tired. I am tired, but I just want to talk about when you're helping the less fortunate, right? Like, I don't know if everyone do this, but when you go and people ask you money for food, or they'll ask you money for something that they need, and they are on the street, and it could be cigarettes, beer, whatever, right? They ask you for something. I want people to start normalizing, like, start asking those people what their name is. I don't think a lot of people realize that the less fortunate or the homeless, no one knows their name. No one knows their name. They're just nameless on the street, because when you understand, when you're in that type of dynamic, like, no one is asking you for anything, right? Like, no one is asking you for anything. You're not filling out no job application. You're not filling out no apartment rental application. You're not asking for nobody number. Like, you're just in the sense, in the presence of being. So when you come across someone who is less fortunate than you, and you give them, ask them their name. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, when you ask them their name, they're going to tell you their story. Because I can put money on how many people that probably even, these people probably even give these people money, right? They'll give them the money, but they won't personalize these people. They would just discard them like they're nameless and they don't matter. So just to brighten up their day a little bit, I really would suggest, if you're helping out the less fortunate, you're giving out $1, you handing out some food, ask them their name. You'll be surprised how many of them haven't even said their name in years. That's a trip, right? Like, they haven't said their name in years. They haven't said their name in months. No one asks them who they are, because everybody always kind of chucks them up as being nothing, as being discarded, as having nothing, as being no one, right? So I wanted to touch on that. Second thing I want to touch on is your courage. Your courage, just your courage within yourself, can make people very envious of you. Okay? And I want people to understand, the more courageous that you are, the more envy you're going to receive. And I'm going to tell you why. When you are courageous, you are stepping out on faith. You're stepping out on faith. Sometimes you may be stepping out on blind faith. You're just stepping out on whatever God has prepared for you. You're stepping out on whatever gifts that you have. You're stepping out on whatever information that you have. So with your stepping out, there are going to be things about yourself that's not perfect. There are going to be things about yourself that's not perfect. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to get everything right. It's going to be times when you step out on faith, you're going to fall. It's going to be times when you step out on faith, you're going to fuck up. You're going to make mistakes, but your courage will still keep you strong. You have to understand, people will be envious of that, because they turn your courage into conceit. Like, they turn your courage into you thinking you're entitled. They'll turn your courage into who you think you are, when really you're just automatically living off the energy and information that you received in this lifetime, in the essence and the heart space that God has placed inside of you. That's the only thing you're doing when you're stepping out on your courage, when you're stepping out in places unknown, when you're stepping out and doing things that you may be passionate about, but you know you have to live out this passion. You got to just move this fire. You just have to keep on going. You have no idea how many people are envious of that. They will hate you for that, because in their mind, by you stepping out and you being courageous, they will look at you like, well, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who told you you can do that? Who told you you had all the answers? Who told you you could speak? Who told you? Who told you? Oh, so you think you better than me? You ain't no better than me. Look at you. Look how you look. And then they start pinpointing your flaws. They start seeing, well, you want to be treated like this and you want people to see you like this, but look at you. You have this, you don't have that. This is fucked up on you. You don't have this. So how you think somebody's supposed to value what you say? How you think you just so perfect to go out there and you don't care what nobody say like you perfect? You not perfect. You got to understand your courage can make people very envious of you. And you have to be in a session and you have to be in a season where you don't give a fuck. Don't care about what they say. Don't care about what they say. Don't care about what they do. Don't care about how they looking at you. You keep on going on your dreams. You keep on going on your journey. You keep on going to what God told you to go on, no matter who believes you or not, because that purpose, that passion, that light, that love, that dedication, God gave to you. He didn't give to nobody else. Gave to you. So you're just sitting there wasting dry air, talking to a brick wall, trying to convince these people how you stepping out on your faith and you being courageous is going to take you to the next level. It's going to take you to your dreams. They think you're fucking crazy. They can't see it. You want to know why? Because they don't have no dreams. They don't have no ambitions. They don't have nothing they can see for themselves. They don't have anything they can see for themselves to make them feel like they courageous enough to, you know what? This is inside of me. If I fall, I fall. I'm going to ball hard. I'm going to get the fuck out there and I'm going to do what I got to do. You be surprised how many people are envious of that. Envious. And don't let those people have a certain amount of entitlement within themselves, because then they'll start looking at your success and they'll start looking at your accomplishments like it should belong to them. Be careful with that. They will look at what you do and say, well, I'm this. I'm the one that look like this. Well, I'm the one that's supposed to be leader. Well, I'm the one that got this degree. Well, I'm the one that looked like this. How you think you deserve that more than me? But look who I am. Look what I have. How do you get that? That belongs to me. People become envious of you just to that. People have to understand, when people become envious of you, people be thinking like people be envious of people because like you don't win the lottery or something like you when you can see like, okay, yesterday I had $20 in my pocket, today I got $1 million. Okay, I can see why everybody tripping, but it just be the little minuscule shit that you don't even think about. The people will be envious of you and they will hate you for it. They will literally hate you for it. And you just out there being you. You out there being you. You out there being in your heart space. You out there living in your love. You out there living in your essence. You out there living in your aura. You out there just presenting yourself in how God made you. You're confident in yourself, no matter who's going to say what about it. You know you have a reason here. You know you have a purpose here. You know your essence will be shown wherever you are because you have the faith. You have the courage. You have no idea people will sit and close off their essence and close off their aura and close off what God gave them because they believe it's insufficient. Because in their mind, they have already wrapped up their mind in this superficial type energy. And that superficial type energy keeps their ass stuck. It keeps them stuck. So why it keeps them stuck? They looking at you like, how are you unstuck? So you must be unstuck because you think you better than me, right? Oh, so the superficial shit I got in my mind don't apply to you, right? Oh yeah, you think you better than me. You ain't shit. Yeah, I gotta be clear, okay? And even when it comes to like with me personally, when it comes to like fashion or name brands, some people don't need to have no name brands on. Like, people can go to Walmart and get as much attention as they will get from going somewhere and spending like $400, $1,000 on their clothes. You want to know why? Because it's not the clothes, it's who in the motherfuckers. It's not the clothes, it is your essence. Who are you? What are you showing up in the world as? What are people viewing you as? You got to understand that it has nothing to do with the clothes. It has nothing to do with your outside appearance. Even though you go outside, you want to present yourself in a certain way. Okay, you want to look your best. But if your aura and your importance come from the name brand that's on your back, you need to look a little bit deeper. Because your essence ain't there. Your essence ain't there. You got to understand. And people who exude with that essence, and thank you for the likes, Spiritual Joseph, thank you for the love. People who exude with that essence and that aura, no matter how, and people have to understand, that's why I don't get caught up in looks, because yes, you can look at somebody and be like, God damn, they fine. Like, oh, they fine. You know, you're human. You have eyes, you can see, right? But no one came here asking to be fine. No one came here asking to be fine. It's just your parents just linked up and made some beautiful children. Your parents just linked up and made some aesthetically presenting people. That's it. So I don't get caught up on looks and shit, because people really think that makes them top tier. Now that makes them top tier in the aesthetic wise. Yes, you top tier. Yes, you got the perfect body. Yes, you got the perfect smile. Yes, your hair is perfect. Like, everything is perfect about you. But what is exuding outside of you? What is exuding outside of you? What is it? What's exuding outside of you? What's exuding outside of your aesthetic beauty? What is exuding outside of your aesthetic features? Because yes, what's within, because what you have to understand is, now, even today, you can go and get on anybody's table. You can go on anybody's table, get anybody hair, wear anybody makeup, look like a different person every day. You can do that all day long. It's nothing. So then you can line up people, they will literally look like the same person. Everybody got the same features. Everybody got the same look. Everybody got the same. But once you start crowning around, separate those people from one another. It has to be something different, okay? And Anthony, I know you're Anthony Silla 91. I don't know who you are. I don't know why trolls come on here, and this is really retarded, because what you have to understand, the things that you're talking about will never faze me. And the more you talk, the more you sound silly, because I will never be on somebody's platform or somebody's live that I don't like to insult them. So if you're looking at me and you think I'm unpleasant to look at, and you think no one is sexually attracted to me, then why are you here? What are you looking for? Do you know how many female Instagram models out there giving stuff away for free? Like, why are you here then? If you think that's how I look, why the fuck you here? Get off here. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. I'm not the one to be playing with, okay? Be safe for you to go play in traffic and still playing with me, okay? Thank you, okay? So, let's be clear. It has to be something other than you being aesthetically attractive or whatever for someone to say, damn, okay, what's something different about them? He he know that's why he I think you're gorgeous. Oh, thank you very much, y'all. Thank you for the love, okay? But you know, people troll. You know, I get it. I mean, I get it. A lot of people like to tear people down because, like I was just saying earlier, they're not confident within themselves, so they love to turn people down. They love to make them feel less than. They love to make them feel like they not nothing because of the superficial restraints they have in their mind. It's all, whatever you say to me is a reflection of how you feel for yourself. People don't understand that. So the more you talk, the more you are reflecting of what's inside of you. People don't get that. But I understand that. So when people start talking that shit, I don't. It don't make me none. I don't know nobody on here. Hate speech repeated. Okay, now they got me for a violation. Okay, I don't know why, but either way, please understand that you have to find your God-like essence, right? Like you got to tap into your heart space. You got to tap into what makes you authentic, what makes you genuine, right? Like remember back in the day, like they used to have like leather and then it'd be like authentic, 100% genuine, because it was nothing that was made like it. That's the whole point of you being genuine. That's the whole point of you being authentic. No one is made like you. No one is made like you. No one looks like you. No one thinks like you. No one can do the things that you do. No one can be the person you are. No one can do, have your passion. God did not give everybody your vision. Like, it is a reason why you have to be authentic. It is a reason why you have to be genuine within your spaces and yourself, within your world, because that is what you're going to, the more authentic you are and the more genuine you become in your world, the more you're going to be the more what's for you is going to be attracted to you. Sometimes I get tongue tied, but the more, once you get into your true sense of self, right? Get into your true sense of self. When you get to your authenticity, what makes you shine, right? What makes you glow? What makes you bring the God essence inside of you? Once you start connecting to that, things that will be attracted to you will come to you, because you will be a magnet towards those things. Those things will be a magnet towards you. So once you start converting and acting like everybody else, you're going to get what everybody else is getting. Like, you're gonna get what everybody else is getting. It's not rocket science. If you're going to get what everyone else is getting, if you aren't tapped into who you are authentically, if you're not tapped into who you are genuine. And a lot of people haven't even poured into themselves that way, because they're just stuck on, like I said, everybody wants to be fit, everybody want to be look perfect and all this other stuff. But what are you pouring into yourself? What lessons have you learned? And what lessons have you learned? What information do you know? What have you studied? Okay. What are your interests? What are your passions? Okay. People have to find a passion, because if you don't find a passion, that is a miserable life. And I'm here to tell y'all, you have to be passionate about something. It is something that has to give you that extra oomph. It is something that you have to do, either be day to day or every other day, that you can find passionate enjoyment in. If you haven't found that in your life, you are missing out. You are missing out. I promise you. What are you passionate about? What keeps your blood boiling? What keeps your heart pumping? What do you want to do? What do you love to do? What do you like to do? What are you passionate about? If you're not passionate about nothing, you're just like a car on cruise control. You're just a car on neutral, not even cruise control. You just inching away. That's not how life is. That's not how life's supposed to be. Because if you're inching away, now you're in the level of being suppressed emotionally. And usually when you're suppressed emotionally, you become depressed. That's why it's so hard for you to get out the depression, because your emotions are suppressed by the bad things and things that happened to you, and things that you went through, and things that you couldn't get over, and things that you couldn't understand. So you have to find that light inside of you. You have to, whatever that light is, find that light. I don't care if that light is your kids. I don't care if the light is you cooking. I don't care if your light is ministering. I don't care if your light is coaching. Your light is dancing. Your light is singing. Your light is gardening. Your light is collecting crystals. Your light is talking to strangers. Whatever your light is, and you can find that piece of that chunk and happiness that's gonna make your soul glow within that time. Please find that, y'all. I promise you. Don't neglect yourself for that. That's self-neglection to me. Because there are so many things in this world that we have to worry about, right? Something to pay for. There are so many things that we have to use our time up doing, right? We either at work all day, or we handling our own business, or we handling stuff for our children, or if you're older, you handling stuff for your parents, because now they in the state where you kind of low-key become the parent, or you handling stuff for everybody else because you the one that always got shit together. Like, you always are on business mode, even if you're not doing any type of business. But if you don't connect into what's free, to what God gave to you personally, if you don't connect to what God gave to you personally, how can you find enjoyment here? Like, how can you? I don't understand that. How can you find enjoyment here? You will never find enjoyment here, because that business wheel of you always got to do something, and something always coming up, and something always happening, and those things are evident. Those things are evident. Those things will be everlasting until you leave this motherfucker. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be a bill paid that needs to be paid. It's always going to be somebody that needs you for something. Whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your marriage, it's always going to be somebody that needs you for something. It's always going to be a time where you feel like you had everything played out, then something happened, and you like, God damn it, I wasn't even looking for this. Where am I supposed to put this at? That is evident. That is always going to be here. But if you don't break up the monotony and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do what's passionate for me. I'm going to do what I'm passionate about. This is going to come. This always going to be here, okay? I need to rejuvenate my battery. I need to rejuvenate my sanity. I need to make sure my emotions are intact. I need to tap into my passions. I know you having a hard day. I know you need my advice, but I need to come back to you because I have to make sure that I'm okay when I'm trying to help you out, okay? Hi, pretty. Oh, thank you. You guys are so nice this morning, and I look so rough to me right now. I look so rough to me right now. You guys are so nice. Thank you. You guys are so nice. But yeah, you have to tap into you. What's gonna make you happy? What's gonna make it easier for you, since this thing called life will always have those things coming up. If those things always gonna come up, literally, and that's all you pay attention to, that's all the fuck your life is going to be. That's all your life gonna be. It's just gonna be day in, day out. Work, other people's business, my kids' problems, my husband problems, my wife problems, the bills, the pay. That's all you gonna do. That's all you gonna do. And then you're gonna be like, oh Lord, I'm just so tired, Jesus. Oh Lord, I'm just so tired. No wonder. You did not give yourself a break. You did not give yourself any rejuvenation. You did not. Thank you for the love. You did not give yourself any rejuvenation. Like, you didn't give yourself a break. Like, you didn't give yourself any peace. And once you understand, and that's what I've learned too. That's why I tell everybody, tap into your passions. 9 times out of 10, unless you are somebody who's passionate about buying old collectibles or antiques or some shit like that, your passions won't cost you as much as the other things. 9 times out of 10, your passions is not going to cost you as much as a bill, unless you like traveling or something like that. It's not. It's not. You like to paint. You may be able to buy the paint and the paper and all this other stuff until you need some more, you want some more colors, but you can use that over and over again. Singing is free. You like to sing, you love music, dancing is free. Okay? Laughing is free. Okay? And depending on however you are in your relationship and you like to get down, getting down is free. If you getting down with the right person, they not bring you nothing back. Okay? Getting down is free. What are you doing? Reading. You probably got to buy the book, but you can read the book over and over again if it's your favorite book. Like reading. What? Going out, going to a park. Parks are free. You have no idea the beauty that you can see in a park. Like if you will map, I don't know what city y'all in, but if you will map out like all the parks in your city and you will go to those parks, you will see something different in each park. And every time when you leave each park, you'll be like, man, I've been missing out, because parks are free. Parks are free. Tap into that, okay? So you won't have to be worried about let me tell you about the energy part. Okay, since we're talking about free and stuff like that, right? So if you tap into your God's like energy, thank you for the love, y'all. I swear, thank you. Once you tap into your God like energy, once you tap into that God like aura, you're gonna exude just say wealth. God's love is a sense of royalty. God's essence is a sense of royalty. You're going to exude that wherever you go. And people don't know what that is. People don't know that you're exuding that particular love and luxury on you because you have God inside of you. People don't know what that is. And that is exactly where that comes from. I promise you, that's where that comes from. Once you lead with God's love, once you lead in God's aura, once you lead in God's energy, you will be surprised what you get for free, or you'll be surprised on how people react towards you in this outside realm. I promise you, it has happened to me numerous of times, over and over again, without me even knowing what the hell I was doing. Until I really kind of got into this journey. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that was. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You have to tap in, pour into what's already inside of you. Pour into the substance that God poured into your container. Because God made the container. What are you going to pour? What are you going to keep inside that container? What are you going to hold in your container? What are you going to hold in it? What are you going to be abundant in? Because you have the choice. And once you understand that you are the creator of your reality, people don't understand that because people don't like to do the work. They don't like to do the work. What people like to do is they like to pretend like they're working, or because either it's out of laziness or failure. But people who do the work understand that you gotta work outside of that laziness. And besides, if you fail, because if you have no idea where I would be if I stopped at my first no. Like if I stopped at my first no. If me personally in my life right now, and I'm not even where my manifestation is taking me. I'm not even near there right now. I'm probably moving up to the line. I'm not at that door yet, but I'm at that line. If I would have just stopped in my personal life at no, I would have nothing. If I stopped if someone told me no. If I stopped at being rejected time and for months and almost years for me getting a career that I'm in right now, I wouldn't have it. I had to grind, I had to work. Okay, I had to go out there. I had to put myself out there, even when it comes to me enjoying myself, because I grew up. That's a long story, but let's just say my siblings are way older than me. Okay, so I basically was raised as like an only child, like so I'm the baby, right? But there are a lot of things that I wanted to do in life, or things that I wanted to adhere to, or things I wanted to experience that no one wanted to experience with me. Either they wasn't into it, or they just didn't feel like it, or they just didn't have it inside of them to do. If I would have just stopped because nobody else wanted to do it, where would have been my experience? You can't stop. You got to keep on going. You have to keep on going. You got to find your happiness. You got to find your peace, because it's what's going to keep you going. Because what people do, they think that the peace and the happiness and the love and the things that's going to keep you going comes from other things. People believe those things come from other things, and you can find those things in other people. That's why people disregard things so fast, because this shit didn't work for me. Let me go get something else. This shit didn't make me happy. Let me go get something else. Oh, but that car didn't make me happy. Let me go get that one. Like, you will never find happiness in that shit. That's why people disregard people. And people really be mad at people, because instead of them finding the happiness within themselves, they will turn that energy into the people that they are around and get mad at those people for not making them happy. That is not where happiness lies. That's not where happiness lies. Happiness lies within you. Your passion lies within you. Your stability lies within you. Your satisfaction lies within you. Each and every time you look outside of yourself for someone to love you the way you want to be loved, for you to give you the type of happiness you want to, for them to give to you, you're going to lose out every fucking time. Now, when you're in a relationship, you want the love to be requited, yes. Unrequited, yes. You want the love to be equal. You want someone to pour into you like you pouring into them. But people jump into situations because they look at somebody like, oh yeah, you got everything together. Oh yeah, I know you gonna make me happy. I know I'm gonna be cool here. That's not how that happened. That's not how that happened. And then those people will start looking at the people who they think got it all together and look at them like, you ain't got shit together. Because I still feel the same way I feel before I came in this motherfucker. But it ain't for them to change how you feel. It's up to you. It's up to you to change how you feel. What are you showing yourself? How are you showing up for yourself? People get confused with that, because they want people to show up for them. Oh, I need you to do this and this and that, and this and this and that, and this, and I need all my wants, I need all my needs met, and I need you to show up for this and that. And the one time you don't show up for this particular need, then I'm not happy. No, I'm not. No. Happiness comes from you. Because if you're looking for everybody to make you happy, that means the happiness that you require will never belong to you. If you're looking for everybody to keep you happy, the happiness that you acquire, the happiness that you desire, the happiness that you long for, the happiness that you pray to God for will never belong to you. If someone is able to give it to you, because you know why? They're able to take it away. They're able to take it away. You got to find that happiness within you. And depending on who you with, some people want to see you unhappy just on GP. And don't be too happy. You'll be surprised how many people will quote unquote misuse or handle their friends or people in their life because those people seem to have it together. or those people seem to be happy a little bit too much, or those people in their life, they didn't look like they struggled a lot. Or if they did struggle, they got through the struggle, but you could never tell that they struggled. So I don't need to be extremely I don't need to give you extremely, I don't need to be extremely what you need me to be, because you ain't suffered enough in life. I had to suffer. So to me, it looked like you had it good. I'm not about to give you all this extra shit. Y'all be you be surprised what those kind of emotions will do to people. It will literally take over people's lives, and they will literally be in a sunken place like that. And once you get to the deep end of it, when you talk about frequencies, when you're functioning on a certain frequency, those other frequencies understand that you're not functioning on that particular frequency. Let's put it like that. And once they see that, they will start to attack that. That's why they say misery loves company. It's all about frequency. It's all about energy. So even if you don't know what the fuck you doing, and you just thinking, well, shit, I'm just living my life. I know things happen. I know bad things happen. From the majority of it, I'm going to be okay. Like, God still got me. I'm still here. You know, I done got through this. I should be able to get through that. I mean, you know, it'll probably be hard, but I'll be good. You know, I'm just going to stay in my essence and stay in my light and do what I do. You have no idea how many people will dislike you, how many people will become envious of you for having that attitude. And then they will start making you feel bad about that. And then they will either make your life a little bit, or try to make your life a little bit harder so you can be on the same frequency as they are in, or they will try to take your life completely. Because who are you to be in this such enlightenment when things are going wrong in your life? Who gave you the authority to be happy when shit is falling down by the wayside? Who you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who gave you that privilege? Because my shit is falling down, and I hate every motherfucking body right now. Who told you that you can still who told you you can still be this way? When I tell y'all, it runs deep. It runs deep. So that's why you have to cater to your happiness, what's gonna make you happy. Pour into yourself, pour into your mind, pour into your hobbies, pour into your goals, pour into your body, pour into your education, pour into your spirit. Meditate, go out in nature, do things that's going to be beneficial for you. Because like I said, we spend so much time in this world, on this life, and all those things are going to come. It's going to be non-stop. It's always going to be something with your parents if they're here. It's always going to be something with them. It's always going to be something with your kids. It's always going to be something with your jobs. It's always going to be something that you got to adhere to, even if it's not bad. There's always going to be something that you got to adhere to that you didn't plan for. When it comes to your relationships, those things are going to come like motherfucking clockwork. You just don't know when they're going to come, but that's evidence that is going to be here. But if you don't take the time to the monotony, if you don't take the time to say, wait a minute, hold up, I know this life is about lessons, and I know I got to do some work here, but I need to tap into what's gonna make me happy. I need to tap into what's gonna make me gonna give me my sense of freedom. Y'all don't know my little sense of freedom from this. Yeah, I know it's here. Yeah, I know it's going to be here when I get back, but I need my sense of freedom right now so I can be able to tie myself to this, to give this all of my attention. Because what I'm doing now, I'm just running on an empty battery. Everything just coming and going and coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. Like, things are going to happen in this world, in this life, that's evident. You don't take the time to get your own personal freedom, that your life's journey is going to be very hard. And I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all, just tap into yourself. Tap into yourself. No matter what's happening, you will always find the answer within yourself. Because if you know who you are authentically, if you know who you are in the essence of you, if you know who you are energetic wise, that's all you have to relate to and rely on, or you're making decisions when it comes to your life. That's all you have to relate to, and that's all you have to rely on. Because if you start relaying things that doesn't fit with you or goes outside of your energetic makeup, you be confused. Because now you're not relating on what's going to be best for you. You're relating it, particularly in the situation. You're relating the situation on what's going to be best for the situation. And people who have a good heart, or people who be in love, or people who work out of love, will sacrifice themselves for a good situation. So tapping into yourself, tapping into your wants, tapping into your needs is what is going to get you through. It's what is going to serve you on your highest good, because that is what makes you the most authentic. Hiding your authenticity is you hiding your happiness. Hiding your authenticity is you running away from what God has for you. You hiding your authenticity, you running away from what God has for you. Because anything that's not connected to you, anything that's not for you, once you authentically get into yourself, not how you think people want you to be, not how you want society how you want society to look at you. I mean, like the genuine person, who you are in a God sense, in a heart space, who you are authentically. Once you start tapping into that, or if you run away from that, you are running away from God's gift. Because once you get into alignment with that, everything that's made for you will just come to you. It will be no fight. It will be no force. It will just be magnets drawn to each other. This can be a career, this can be a relationship, this can be friend circles, be whatever. Once you tap into you tap into who God made you to be, you tap into your wants and your desires, then you'll be able to wing out and see what's best for you. Because we all have that right. Because we are all important within ourselves, and we are all important in God's light, and we are all important in God's love, and we all deserve to be liked and loved the way we deserve to be liked and loved, and get the things that we want out of life. But you can't do that pretending. You will never be able to get the things that you want out of life pretending. You will never be able to get the things you want out of life because you want people to look at you in a certain way. You will never get the things that you want out of life because you think this is how society wants you to be. You're just going to start receiving things that doesn't belong to you, and then you're going to wonder why those things leave from you fast. It wasn't there for you to keep. the energy you're trying to catfish your energy now. You're trying to catfish your desires. You're trying to catfish what you really want, because you believe that whatever you're looking at should be sufficient enough. So you're gonna catfish what you want, and then you realize, like, wait a minute, my real desires are not being met. The real energy and the real essence I have within me, it isn't it's not being fed into. You gotta tap into yourself, tap into your authenticity. Like I always said, God has something for everybody. Everyone's happiness is gonna look different. Everyone's path is going to look different. Everyone's journey is going to look different. Everyone's manifestation is going to look different. But the minute you become ungenuine to what's inside of you, it's like you ordering something and you sending it to a wrong address on purpose. The more fake you become, the more you believe that you don't have to tune into your real self, because your gift is out there, but your gift can't come to you if you don't give it the direct GPS, if you don't give it the direct direction, if you don't give it the direct address, and the direct address is connected to your God-like essence, to your God-like aura, to your God-like being. It won't be able to get to you in that facade. It won't be able to get to you even in the pain. The pain blocks us from a lot. That pain that people hold on to every day or the day-to-day is like a center block for your energy. It's like that pain is the only thing that has the ability to radiate outside of yourself. That's why I say pain is powerful, because when you look at the signs, the life and duality, pain can be like, you can literally transform through pain. When a woman gives birth, that's one of the painful things that she will experience in this lifetime, but yet it's the most joyous miracles that a woman can give to this world. When you exercise and, like, say, no pain, no gain, you're going to be in a whole lot of pain, but your body is going to transform into that. So pain is a big part of transformation. And that's why I like to talk about energy, and that's why I like to talk about frequency, because we are not supposed to sit in that pain. We are supposed to transmute it. We are supposed to become like our own alchemists. We are supposed to transmute that pain into our power, transmute that pain into our purpose. But a lot of people can't step into that power, and a lot of people can't step into their purpose because they let the pain reside there. The pain was just supposed to give you that push. That pain was just supposed to give you that reason to transform. Like, that pain was just supposed to be there to let you know this shit is uncomfortable and you need to change this shit. Because your goals, your happiness, the things that you want out of life, what you desire out of a husband, a wife, what you desire out of a career, what you desire out of where you live, you will not be able to see this shit through this, holding on to this pain. You gotta let that shit go. But we as humans, we do not let that go. Because I always talk about scarcity. Sometimes we lack so much. We lack so much growing up. We lack so much as kids. We lack so much, in our teenage years. And we miss so many things. And we tend to hold on to the things that we are not supposed to hold on to. We hold on to things that does not give us any justice, any blessings, any happiness, any love, nothing. We hold on to the pain like it's a drop in our empty bucket, because we so thirsty of fulfilling full. But we are filling ourselves on bullshit. We are filling ourselves on bullshit, and then we wonder why we can't get any further in our progress, what we have been holding on to. And we wonder why we can't get further in our happiness, and we can't see happiness holding on to what blocks us from being happy. Even with me, I can have all the downloads in the world, but I'm still human, and I still have to remind myself energetically, what are you feeling right now? What's going on right now? What are you feeling? What emotions do you have in your mind right now? What emotions do you have in your heart right now? I have to transmute that one way or the other. If whatever is making me uncomfortable to the point where I can't find my glimpse of happiness here, I can't find my glimpse of God like essence here, I can't be in my naturally high spirit self here, something has to change. I cannot be in this frequency that long, because I know what it does. I know how this frequency is. I know how this frequency manifests. That's how things manifest in people's life. People be thinking like, I don't know, you wake up one day and all of a sudden you just hate the world and you hate everybody, and you don't like nobody, and you don't like to do nothing, and people get on your nerves, and you just here, you waiting for God to call your number, because you just can't believe it. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. Because what happens is you put yourself, or you get yourself in situations that could have looked like they served you, but at the end they didn't. So the more you realize it did not serve you, and the more you held on to it, the more you realize that you were unhappy and you were miserable in this particular space. So the longer you stayed in this space miserable, the more you stayed in this space depressed, the more you stayed in this space knowing that this space is painful, you have now, instead of you trying to change it, you have now made this frequency more important over your happiness. You done made this frequency more important over your heart space. So when that over your present heart, over your your past heart space, which was filled with love. So since now this frequency is the primary frequency of your life and of your heart, you're going to lead with this frequency wherever you are. You're going to lead with this frequency wherever you go. You want to know why? Because you done made it first priority. Because it done poked itself into your life. It done poked itself into your space time and time and time again. Subconsciously, you start telling yourself, well, shit, I guess this was supposed to be. I guess this is supposed to be in my hand. I guess this is supposed to be in my life. I guess this is just supposed to be here. I guess that maybe this is just what I'm supposed to be presented with. And maybe this was meant for me to have, because this keeps on happening. Well, no. Because the more you use that pain, and the more you use that pain to turn into power, the more powerful you will become. That does not mean pain will never be present in your life. But if you use that pain to become a stronger motherfucker, at the end, You use that pain that people are giving you, or use that pain that you experience in these spaces to become a stronger person that you was before you got in the situation. That pain was for nothing. That pain wasn't for nothing. That pain wasn't in vain. But like I said, we hold on to that pain because we are so in lack of everything. We are so in lack of everything. We hold on to that pain like it's the only thing that we can put in our purse. It's the only thing we can put in our pockets. And then you run around wondering like, why ain't no money in your pocket? Shit, you got a whole bunch of pain in there. It can't fit in your pocket no more. It can't fit. It's a whole bunch of shit in there. You can't put nothing else in there. You have not transferred that pain. You have not got out of that pain. So if you're a person and that pain turns you to something, you will take that pain wherever you go. And people can genuinely love you. And people will genuinely be there for you. And people will help you, be able to help you. And people will be able to experience you how you were wanting to experience in the past. That pain keeps you blocked. That pain keeps you blocked from those energies. That pain keeps you blocked from those frequencies, because now you don't know what that feels like. You're not on the same frequency. You're not on the same level as what you were on before. How can you recognize it? How can you recognize it? When you on the street, or when you looking for something, or when you say, okay, I'm looking for an R&B song, you do not go to country music station looking for an R&B song. It's two different frequencies. It's two different music. It's two different motherfucking songs. So, but if you tell yourself, well, I do love R&B, but the only thing I can hear is the country music, I'm just going to hear the country music. If somebody put on the R&B song, you're going to be looking like, I don't want to hear that. So I'll listen to country music now. Even though you could have possibly hated country music. But that's the only thing that you hear, so you don't want to hear nothing else. That's how frequency works. That's how energy works. That's how your emotions work. Until you're able to actually work that out. Like, work those emotions out. Work that pain out. That's what keep you stagnant out. If you're not able to work that out, and then you got to deal with the shit that's evident in life, like I said before, the shit that's gonna have you keep on going on and on and on and on until we die, and then you can't hold, and then you can't release that pain, and then you can't release that anguish and shit. This is not gonna be a fucking easy ride for you. You have to find a middle ground. You have to find a medium. You have to find your peace. You have to find your piece of freedom. You will not find your freedom in pain unless you're trying to transmute that motherfucker. Unless you're trying to use that pain as gasoline in order to zoom your ass to the next fucking place. Okay? You will not be able to find that there. You have to tune in to what's important. Tune in to where your happiness is. Even if you was happy, revert back to the feelings where you was happy and what made you the happiest. Those emotions are still there. Those memories are still there. Nostalgia is still there. And that's why I believe nostalgia is important for certain people. Because I know people can stay in it and they don't know how to utilize the nostalgic memories that they have to be in their current life, right? So that's why, when we see people that could be 60 or 50 something, they always on the corner, they always listen to old music. They always talking about the old times, and they always talking about the old music, and that's because in that particular point of life, like, they were their happiest. Like, that was whatever they are nostalgic about, they were the happiest about. So since they can't get back to that particular time, they will try to stay in that time's frequency of reminiscing and being nostalgic and all this stuff. But if you're nostalgic and if you are nostalgic enough and you can remember the times that you were happiest as an adult, you can utilize your nostalgia to get you where you're supposed to be right now. You can utilize that. And people don't know how to utilize that, or people don't think about utilizing that, but you can utilize that. And how you utilize that is once you revert back to your memories, right? Once you revert back to the things that is a great thing of nostalgia, you can revert that back to your today. Hold on, y'all. You can revert that back to your today, the emotions that you were in then and that you are in now. You can use it as a guide. Your memories, your nostalgia shit that you can use it as a guide. And once you start using that as a guide to your happiness, then you can see, okay, well, yeah, I know different things are happening, but based on these emotions, I'm not in the same place. I know different things are occurring, but whatever is occurring right now, I want to feel this way that I felt at this particular place. Like, I want to feel this way I felt at this particular time, even though it might be with different people. It might be it might be in different circumstances. It might be a whole different scenario. But what you have to hold on to is the emotion of the memory of the emotion, not the actual, thing or what happened, unless you have possibility to get into the same spaces with people that you were in, and you guys had that nostalgia memory, and that nostalgia memory can bring you back to a place where you guys were both abundant in, which is rare. It's a possibility, but which is rare, because even through life, people get older and things change. You go through certain things, but that's why I always say revert back to your authentic self. When things happen in your life, things can change you, yes. Things do change. But when you are tapped into your authentic self, to your authentic spirit, to your authentic essence, you won't feel no different. Like me, for instance, I don't really feel that different. Different things has happened to me. Things that hurt my feelings, that made me cry, that I don't understand. But I mean, like, in the energetic sense of myself, like who I am in total, like who I've been all my life. I really don't feel too much different. Like, even though I know I might present myself differently because I'm in my 40s now, I'm older, so I might present myself differently. But when it comes to me and my genuine self, like how I feel in my heart space, I don't feel different. I don't. I really don't. I don't feel no different. So I will want people to try to do that, to revert back. And people have to understand, because even when that's gonna be the first thing they do. They're gonna always ask you to revert back to your childhood self. You wanna know why? Because your childhood self was the most authentic place you were in this realm. It is the most authentic place you were in this realm. Okay? And they always want you to revert back to that, because a lot of times we lose our childhood sense of self when actually we got older, but our mind and our essence still remembers being in that state. So that's why sometimes it can feel like it's not, things are connecting, because instead of you embracing your childhood or embracing your child self, instead of you paying attention to your child self, you just totally ignore your child self. And you tell your child self, shut up and be quiet. You grown now. But your child self will always be inside of you. You have to find a way to connect to that. And you connected to that is through your happiness. It's through what makes you happy. It's through your genuine essence. Because how we are now, the things that we learn, the things that we adhere to, some type of way, the people that hurt us, they all made us to who we are as of now. But if you don't revert back to a place where you were your most happiest, you don't revert back to a place where you were your most authentic besides, because when you come here as a child, that's why people say, don't what they say about kids, don't ruin their childhood or let them stay kids or something like that, because they don't come here with no prejudgment. They don't come here with no sense of fear, like, well, I can't do that because if I did that, everybody gonna look at me funny. If I did that, I don't have the right tools to do that, because I see them doing that over there, and if I did it, I don't look like them. Children don't have those thoughts. We have those thoughts as adults. They don't have those thoughts. That's why they say young, wild, and free. They don't have those thoughts. And by them not having those thoughts right at the time where they don't have those thoughts, and they are expressing themselves in their truest sense of fashion and form, that is their truest sense of fashion and form. So that's why the therapist be telling y'all, revert back to your childhood. I remember I wasn't at no therapist, but I was at like a healing fair. I believe it was a healing fair, and they had a lot of psychics and mediums and coaches and spiritual coaches and all this stuff. And they did a child coach activity, and it was like, told everybody close their eyes. Okay, everybody close your eyes and imagine you're in the forest, right? You're in the forest and you see the trees, you see the bunnies, the pond might be moving on the side of you, you see the flowers, you're in the forest, you're in this beautiful forest, and you see something running to you, right? You see something running to you. This thing is running to you, and the closer it's getting, you kind of see what it is, that you don't know what it is, but you don't want to tell it to go away, but it's running to you. So once it gets to you, you realize it is your child self. It is you as a child. And your child self looks at you as an adult and asks you, oh shoot. And your child self look at you as an adult and asks you, how have you been? Or how have I been? How am I doing now? That lady said that shit and I started crying. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. So I'm like, okay, I see. I see it. The reason why I was so emotional, because I remember my most freest self. Even though I feel like I don't let too many things tarnish my spirit. I remember my most genuine self. I remember that girl that was so bright and just laughed just all the sunshine and stars and shit, just laughed all the time, just giggling and running and dancing and just moving. Like, I was just a ball of fucking fire. I remember that little girl. And when I revert back to who I am now, essence of her still resides in me. A lot of her still resides in me. But I definitely can see the parts that don't. I definitely can see the part of her that I forgot. And that right there is something. That is something. And I don't think a lot of adults think of that, because that is your most genuine state of being. Even without, like, because there gonna be times like you be with your husband, with your wife, with your kids, something might happen, and instantly you turn on into your young self. You turn into your young self. And then everybody kind of looking like, we never seen mama do that. Like, daddy know how to do that? Like, have you seen him do? I've been knowing them for 30 years. I ain't never, because you reverting back to a part of you that's always been with you. Okay? So that's why they tell you to revert back to your childhood. Because that your youngest sister self is always inside of you. But the more you ignore it, you're ignoring your genuine essence. You ignoring your genuine sense of self, okay? So, I done talked and I done rant and I done did a lot of things on this live. I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for all the gifts, okay? Thank you for all the compliments, because I had a rough night last night, okay? I was on daughter duty and I'm still on daughter duty, so I had a rough night, okay? So, but I want to thank y'all for all the love. And if you missed any part of this live, I'm going to download this live and upload it on my YouTube, so you can check on later, maybe like in an hour or two. You can check on this live on YouTube, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, you have a good one. Bye.